Hello, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the Journey Ryan live show, and I'm the guest speaker tonight. So this is my first show. Go easy on me. I will be your flight attendant for the next hour. And thank you for everyone coming back that's here. Those that are new, let me explain how this works. I give free 2-minute readings, and you just type your question into the chat. It'll be processed and it'll come up on my screen. I'll give you some awesome, cool answers for your awesome, cool questions. And then if perhaps, I do numerology. That's a little bit different. So I need your question, a concise question, and your birth date. And I promise I'm not going to tell the birth date out loud. So no one will know how old you are. I promise. I just do the numbers and it helps with a really, really good reading. If perhaps you really enjoy the way I advise, you can consider possibly a paid reading. Now, how you do that is, and that will push you right to the top of the list. So anybody who purchases a reading, and how you do that, and those of you who are on the radio, I'll tell you where to go. It's very easy. Grab your phone and you type in journeyryanlive.com/donations. On that page, you're going to see a 3-minute reading, a 5-minute reading, and a bunch of other readings, even a mega reading. And now, if you order a mega reading, that's like when we break out the show tunes, right? Because we get down to business. It's fun. So, a little housekeeping. I take psychic science seriously, but this is for entertainment purposes only. So no medical, health, legal questions. And before we start, I don't want any questions about the royal family. Oh my God. Have you seen the book? Have you seen Prince Harry's book? Oh my God. So if you ask me any questions, it'll just be like reiterating that. And besides, it wouldn't be as juicy anyway. So nothing about the royal family. And I am good to go for the first question. Oh, and also Cassidy is next. So you have, after this show, don't hang up, coming right back. All right, Gemma, it's nice to see you. Now, can you see me doing some traveling around here in England in the next year or two? Gemma, I already have your information from last time that you called, and I'm so happy that you asked that question, because the answer is yes, as long as you can keep organized in with your finances. Because this time when you go around with your traveling around the UK or around Europe, is that there's going to be opportunities this year. If you do it in 2023, you're going to have opportunities that are going to be brand new for you, that will be very exciting. You might want to invest in. Also, 2024 is going to be more of a spiritual, you'll do spiritual destinations and things like that. So that is how we go around that. Let me draw some cards for you. Today's very first card out is the Sun card, because you know, Gemma, you do brighten up people's day and everything looks quite nice. I grab a few cards. I'm sorry, I'm looking down. Family. You're easygoing. You're so good. So yes, all you have to do, I'm not seeing anything here that's going to tell me caution on anything. But it's important for you to plan ahead of time, because if you don't, you will get stuck in the minutia, just in your head, right? And not actually do it. So that is where you go for Europe. I'm going to draw another card for you and see which. Wouldn't you know it, the very first card out, the Nine of Pentacles. That means you're going to be financially comfortable when you do go. And believe it or not, you're going to really enjoy traveling independently. So I think you do that anyway, because you're a really cool cat. Thank you so much, Gemma, for that. I appreciate everybody so much. This is so exciting. It's my first alone, being on alone, a single show. Of course, Journey and others are behind the curtain in case I set something on fire. So, okay, do we have another question? Those of you listening on the radio, just go ahead and go to the other page on your phone, and you can type in a question from there and hear it over your radio. It says, Colleen's here. It says, hey, Journey, following off of Gigi's bright insight last night, what do you see as far as challenges for me in this new job position that's coming up this year? Colleen, I'm going to love to answer that question, but just for, and thank you for the birthday. You're so sweet. 79, and we're talking about, let me just do your numbers. Oh, wow. So you're an interesting, can I have that question up again? Thank you so much. So you would like to have insight as far as if I see any challenges for you in the new job and the position that's coming this year. What's interesting is that you are so creative that you will be able to, and you think on your feet. Excuse me, I'm doing your personal year now. Yeah. So you are going to have no trouble in your job. The only thing that I see here is collaboration with peers. That's what I see. Now, there's when you actually start your job, the first thing you want to do is to be well liked and have fun. And so when people come around saying, hey, want to go for a walk at break or do a good lunch, it's going to be your impulse to say, sure, let's go. And that's going to, if you can just in the first part of your head, like maybe the first couple of weeks, maybe a month, just say, I want to study the manual. I want to catch up on this. That's can I take a rain check? Only because I believe there's someone in the office or the industry, a vendor or something, that the company is not favoring. And you won't know who that is. You don't have to know who that is, but you don't want to get too chummy with one person, that might be the one that would take you down. Now, she's a non-traditional person. She is a fiery person. This person, you can recognize her because there's not any time between thought. No time between thought and action. And so that's the only caution that I see for you. And thank you so much for the question. And thanks for the birthday. Love that. I love the numbers. Now, if you're talking about your partner and you wonder, so this is cool thing about the numbers is that it shares with me. I get to know how another person processes information. And so that's half the battle. If you're in an argument with someone, get their birthday too. So, thank you, Colleen. Thank you. She said she loved it. Oh, you're so sweet. And thanks for doing that. So the numbers are incredible. And if you're interested in knowing what your number is, I can always speak it out. But but for the most part, if you get into you can go online, kind of look yourself up. But there's things we were born with that are superpowers and shadows. So if a couple comes and says, hey, I had a fight with my boyfriend, what's he thinking? If I know his birthday and do his numbers, I can see how he's thinking, how he processes information, and what your best next step is if you want to get back together again. So that's how I predict your future, is helping you make good choices for the goals you would like. So I'm ready for the next question. Oh, 5-minute reading. Oh, Rebecca, thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate this. Now it says, hi, Ryan, that he's hearing you. And the question is my son going to be financially okay following the huge surgery he had just had? Can I have your son's birthday? Because I know you would enjoy knowing exactly how that would be. But if I had his birthday, that would be way. But I'm doing the psychic work right now. Thank you for that. Oh, and happy birthday to him next week. That's it. So I'm going to do be quiet for a second here and go into my little zone. One moment. Oh, okay. You're a cool mom. You're a cool mom, by the way. I'll just put that one in. No extra charge. Oh, yeah. So he's going to be fine. So this is what his focus is for 2023. He's going to be obsessed with the tangibles, anything tangible. So that means he's going to be obsessed with maybe the quality of food or the quality of, now, if he didn't have this surgery coming up where we know, anybody's recovering from something like that, you just have some downtime, right? Well, his downtime is probably going to, he's going to be very conscious about healing. I do believe he's going to be invested in doing what he needs to do to be better, because this is, quite frankly, one of the first times he's ever discovered a body can hurt this bad, right? I mean, I've never broken a bone in my life, but so I can't imagine the pain, but and so I don't know that. And that's what you do when you go into these little setbacks in life, physical setbacks. You go, whoa, and then you have more empathy for everyone else. The one thing that he is a mystical kind of guy, and I understand your question, because he's not going to, oh, he already had it and he just started a job, doesn't have disability. Oh, he already has the job. Oh, so he's going to do fine then. So whatever stage he's at, so if it's prior to the surgery, that's what I just read, because I was read it as almost having the surgery or recovering. So whatever stage he's at right now, he's going to progress in a very positive way. One of the things, remember I said about the tangibilities. Now he wants more options in his life. He wants to be able to be freer and make better choices and all that stuff. So I do believe he's going to be able to, some information is coming in when it happens this way. So whatever he's doing right now, he's actually going to make that money, but there's also a side gig coming in, and I do believe it may be with a partner where you could do it from home or on the side. That makes really good money. One of the things about side gigs that are really great is that it's usually a service, and you're able to create money, a lot of money, more than just the hourly kind of stuff. So I wouldn't worry about him at all. As we get closer to September, he's going to start giving up things that just don't work for him anymore, which is a good thing. So that he's going to test the waters on all things. But man, this is the year of manifestation. So when your mind goes, when you want to manifest something, especially if you're confused about something and you can't focus on one thing, just ask for the feeling you would have if you were comfortable. So let's say he wants more money in his life. He wants to feel better physically. He wants, he's got this laundry list of things he wants to have in his life. If you just look at the laundry list, it's like you get a little bit here and everything. But if you want life to rock you and synchronize up incredible blessings, then just go into the emotion you would feel like if you were comfortable and successful. And I can tell you what emotion that is, so you can kind of talk him through it, unless he listens to this somehow. He is a master number. So what he does is he processes information a little bit differently. And so everything is a bit unique, and he does strive to be unique. It's not a show off unique. He is a cool cat, and you are a cool mom. Thank you so much for this opportunity and paying for a reading. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed it, and best of luck to him. He's going to be fine. Thank you so much. It's so fun. This is so exciting. I'm going to get the cadence for it. I'm ready. I'm ready for the next question if we have one. And I've got Kelly. Hi, Kelly. And thank you for your birthday. Let me just write you down here. And when will I find a good man, please? I got your back. Let me do your numbers, because what has happened, I thought about this today. This is weird. So sometimes before I go on and read, especially do an event or something like that, especially if it's mediumship, I'll have things come in ahead of time. So I had things come in ahead of time for you. Again, we have a very creative clientele. You're an amazing woman. Let me just get you up here. I want to make sure. And then okay, so I'm going to get serious now. So I'm going to get serious on you. So you're in a personal year for 2023 that on the outside, like if you go online and look up this one number, it'll say, oh, it's all about collaboration and stuff like that. So in the beginning, when I started numbers, I would go in to say, oh, yes, you're going to meet someone right away, because it's a two personal year. What I have discovered doing thousands of readings and testing this out and vet everything, people have trouble in a 2 personal year synchronizing up to someone unless they really know who they are and understand what they want. And I'm going to give you that insight. What I got today earlier, Kelly, and I'm so appreciate the question, is what I got earlier for you today, earlier this afternoon, is that the time between meeting someone that looks viable and the time you actually speak about being exclusive is a time that you can't be that deep, authentic, and I know you're all supposed to be authentic, tell everybody what you. I could talk forever on that one. So Kelly, best of luck. You're going to do fine. Just make sure that you just keep to yourself and allow them to pursue you. And it looks quite good. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. So, all right. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That's wonderful. Dating is tough. It's really tough because I wrote an article about this, about everything's online. And so the communication, instead of picking up the phone and say, hey, how are you? Let's meet after work. It's texting, or you look and see if they've liked something, liked a picture or liked a post that you did. And that gives you, if you have that come back, if that's going to be your exchange or measuring stick, the measuring stick of your value, then you're going to be in trouble. So pick up the phone. Don't just do social media. Oh, he's online and he didn't like my post. Please try to stay away from that. I'm going to steer everybody away from that. So the next question, whenever it comes in, is fine with me. I'm just rambling on. Hi, Celtic Dragon. I love your picture. Celtic Dragon. Is there a reason the Orthila rune is in my palmistry? So I don't do palmistry, but let's try this. I forgot your birthday. I did not write your birthday down. I did have a reading with you before. If you'd like to add your birthday, that'd be great. Now it looks like Celtic Dragon is a mystic, a high quality mystic, and has the way I understand it, he has a palmistry imprint that he's wondering why it's there. So I'm going to move into psychic work, not numbers right now. And oh, this is so cool. Okay, and Celtic Dragon, I bet you do know tarot. So the first card out is the Five of Cups. Let me just show you this despair here. So part of that imprint is to either remind you of your despair, to release your despair, and it's guilt and remorse. So when you're going to sleep, you need to remember to don't just go through your day and tick off all the things you could have been done better. So that's another thing, is the Hangman. So it's asking you to looking outside of yourself for the answer, someone else's perspective, looking at someone else's perspective. But what's very interesting, and this is the one, is the reverse moon. The reversed moon tells me that it's time for you to go in, because I do believe that message, the clear message, is available through, it's going to be through the sixth dimension, because the fifth is emotion, the sixth is form, the seventh is sound, and the eighth is light. So it's going to be through the sixth dimension. And so what you do is just move into the sixth. I can't remember who the gatekeepers are on that, but it doesn't matter. Your guides will take you there. And then through form, in your mind's eye, and this is where you use your imagination. Once you're calmed down and centered and you're in the sixth, then you just move into that. And then through pictures, it's going to tell you more why it is. Now, the reason I'm not going into it in any more detail is because this moon is reversed. If the moon was upright, then that would be spirit saying, okay, Deb, this is the answer. I'd throw more cards, but it's reversed. So practice that. I bet you're going to, it'll blow your mind, man. Thank you so much for the question. And please let us know how that turns out. The sixth dimension is pretty cool. Really cool. Oh, Kelly, she said, oh, thank you so much. She said, thank you. Oh, Kelly, you are a blessing, sweetheart. Let me tell you, this is the best work I've done. The best work I could ever have. It's like those times when you're confused, when I'm confused and I can lose my emotions, control of my emotions, and I get freaked out really easy. And it's like 0 to 60. All I need is a person, a friend, or a psychic or a therapist to just have the right combination of words for me to just course correct, for me to get back in line so I can make better choices, so I can ground myself. And that's what I hope to do, is because these worries that come through, they can really eat you up, and we don't want that. So if you have a question, and if you wanted to ask a question, just ask anything. It'll be fun, and we can play around with many different things. Now whenever you're ready for the next question, I'm ready. Oh, there we are, Audrey. So Audrey is here, and she says, "Hey, so we have blocked my fiance's crazy ex-wife on our phones. That's a good move. Will this be enough, or will she find another specific way to get us?" So Oh, is that her birthday? Sweet girl. Audrey, is that her birthday or yours? 981. If you had her birthday, I would tell you so much. Let me do your numbers here. Okay. She, so whoever this is for, very strong. It's got to be a number one and all that stuff. So it feels like, oh, that's yours. Okay. So you're number one. So understand that some of her anger is because you're a one life path, which makes you, it's like you have this magic. The light side is you have this magic and everything seems fresh. You could go to the same store at the same time at the same day and with your partner, and it's just fun. It's just new. You see something new. Let me go behind the curtain with it was I forgot the ex's name. We don't need to even say the ex's name, but the reason she is getting rabid about this is because she feels the burden is uneven. So if your ex has kids and they're divorced apparently, so once everything's on contract, right? So that's it. But what she's feeling is that that she's putting in more time, effort, maybe even money on this, and so that's her motivation right now, and she's very angry. Bottom line is keep her blocked and understand she's angry and she's going to release this. She will release it eventually. You're doing fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Thank you so much. For 3 years, she won't stop. Oh my gosh, the burden a person has when they carry that. And sometimes when you grow older, it works. Sometimes I meet really old people that never learned that, and that's fine. We certainly, certainly have our problems, but there are agreements before we even come in, and there's choices we make, shadow side and light sides, that predict whether our blueprint is going to be fun and fast or slow and bumpy. His ex chose slow and bumpy, unfortunately, but that's her drama. She can do her. You do you. And congratulations on your wedding. So, rolling, anything, please, with the education, with the the education font, and it's rolling. Oh, thank you. You guys are so great with the numbers. So let me do your numbers, sweetie. Oh, you're a smart one. Okay. So the answer is yes, absolutely. But it's going to come in a different form than and it'll come from all sides. So I don't know if you have a certain program, you're focused on this or that, that's fine. Whatever you're starting is new. Just move into it, but expect blessings coming from different sides. So, I mean, really cool ones. Like, for instance, you might need to have a credit or two in a foreign language and for your degree, and you choose French. And then once you start the class, you meet a Frenchman that's going home for the weekend. So you just who's well traveled, and you go home with them. I mean, life is like that for 2023. It can be that absurd and fun. You say, why learn French in a classroom when you learn it in France? So it's now that's a very dramatic way of things developing for 2023, but you're asking for education. The four corners of your question is education. And so, yes, whatever you move towards to study, whatever that might be, just keep a lookout for these these side avenues, and it's like miracles happen if you're studying. I'll just leave you at miracles happen. That's a great way to end a end a reading. Miracles are going to happen. So best of luck. Thank you so much for the question. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's the thing. We have a universal. So wondering if you can tell me what's going on with my career path. Eeyore. 528. I wasn't going to tell them. Let me do your numbers. Yes. It's going to be, I don't know, I'm sure you heard the last reading. You have a different life path number, so you interpret the outside world information differently than our last caller, but and you feel deeply about things. You learn by feeling. you know, it's like, how do things feel for you? It's not how they look to you. It's how what that look. That's how you interpret information. And you too are going into a blessing year that's full of changes. Now, the reason and don't freak out that I said changes. Don't freak out about that, because these are all good changes. It's like, this is the year your guides get to pick you up by the collar and wiggle you around to get you on the right path. And you will be studying something, and then out of the blue, you will meet an accomplished person in that topic, and you'll be able to spend the evening with them. You see what I'm saying? So you're getting all these different things. Just keep your eyes open about it, and don't fret. If things, this is the year for you to say, "Oh, I got a flat tire. I wonder if the tow truck driver is cute." But this is the year to concentrate on not being freaked out about change, because life is going to start synchronizing up, course correcting everybody else. So you get to have a bunch of miracles this year. So congratulations. It's going to be great. Stay cool, man. Stay cool. Keep them coming. I love these readings. This is so nice. What a nice clientele that Journey has built here on his platform, mypsychic.com. So mypsychicconnection.com. See, I said it wrong. It's my first time. I get forgiveness. So thank you. You are just so sweet. It was very nice meeting you and reading for you. So, and anytime that I can jibber jabber about anything, waiting for the next question. We've got Xanalee here. Decision for us to move. You don't have to be a psychic to say yes on that. If you did it, it's right. Trust yourself. Now, I'm not going to minimize your question, because once you have the momentum to make a change in your life, so you have to build up your self-esteem and build up your bravery and have your, this outer candy-coated shield in front of you, because you're going to meet new people and buy new things and be in a new area. So you have to be really big when you make a move, even if it's just across town, because you got new neighbors and things like that. So after that momentum settles, then usually, and I'm thinking this has happened because you asked the question, usually the momentum has dispersed. You've met your neighbors. The restaurant you live close to isn't as good as you had hoped. There's a few things that you can move into the negativity. I'm not telling you not to be negative, because we just have to be a witness to it, right? And say, oh, I don't like this vibe I'm in. I'm kind of a crummy mood right now and stuff like that. And all you have to do is notice it. Notice your crummy mood. Notice that you're feeling insecure with your choices and think, oh, okay, I'm going to set that aside and then go on with my day. Because if you were not supposed to, oh, I'm getting a message here. So if you were not supposed to move, you wouldn't have moved. And remember, I was talking about life synchronizing up blessings for others. You are placed in a certain way that's going to change another person's life for the better within the year. This will be with outside your house. It's going to be outside. You'll be walking along. There's going to be something that you either say or you do for someone. And it takes so much for life to synchronize up. You are very, you're a blessing in this world. And so you're in the right spot, sweetheart. Maybe not for you right now. It doesn't feel real comfortable right now, but you are a blessing and you're in the right spot. Thank you so much. Pleasure meeting you. All right. We got more questions, I hope. I love that. I'm sorry, but not putting my birthday earlier. Wanted to say I found your... Oh, tarot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Celtic Dragon just put a statement up. Thank you so much. He said that he found my Clarity Tarot deck. I was wondering if I could say something about that. I just came out with a Clarity Tarot deck, and it has a different kind of system, a new system of predictions, because based on all the readings I've done. So it just came out in September, and you found it at a bookstore. It's on Amazon too. Thank you so much for looking for that, Celtic Dragon. My brother, thank you for that support. We got to get you reading on this line. Brittany's on the line. Hello. Oh, happy birthday. Are the recent decisions that I have made the right decisions? Do my guides have any guidance message? Let me do your numbers, sweetheart. I'm sorry for laughing. It's like people who are astrology. Oh, I'm a Taurus. And then you go, oh, then makes everyone think. So I don't mean to scare you when I say that, but you're incredibly psychic. Now, if you get caught up with the mundane, or no, not the mundane, but if you get caught up in drama, you're going to lose your spiritual touch. So if there's any drama in your life, they just you can't hear them. But when keyed in, and I think you go into the seventh, you go more into the seventh dimension actually for your communication. So that just sit in a room of light in your imagination, and that's where you're going to hear your guides. You are in a 9 personal year, meaning that this is the year you need to give up things that just don't work. And I'm feeling that you're moving into a different vibration, which means, when we first start our spiritual journey, we say, oh, we're weekend spiritual people. We read their books and in the middle of class or something like that. And then we start practicing. And then there comes a time when you have to apply what you know to serve the world, or else your life doesn't feel right. So that is coming around the corner, and you'll figure that out in 2023. So you're on the right track, and your guides are waiting. They adore you, and so do I. So that's a very mystical life path number, and that's the shadow side. It can be pretty dysfunctional if you don't stay within the rhythm of either spirit or math and science. So you're going to be great. Thank you so much for the question. And I'm ready for whatever. They can keep coming. Kenny here. Hi, Kenny. I love your picture. You're all dressed up for me. Thank you so much. Can you predict when I will purchase a car, please? And thank you. So yes, and he added his birthday. I'm going to just add you up here, Kenny. So I got good news for you. I love it when all good news tonight. Let me tell you exactly. So, all right. I got you covered, Kenny. So here, listen. So when we ask questions like, when am I going to get a car? If I'm going to get a car and stuff, if you want a car, you're going to get a car. The reason why people get psychic readings, at least from me, is I can tell them how to get there on the least bumpy road and manifest it quickly. So you are destined to have whatever you want in life. That sounds like a spiritual greeting card, but you're an 8 life path, which means that you value good things in life. It's not just a car you're asking for, and it might be it's a car that looks quite nice. And so what's happening this year for 2023 is that I think things might get in your way in the first part of the year. So don't despair. It's just life synchronizing up the better car for you. All right. So, and it looks like it comes from an outside source, someone who knows, and somebody, a cousin has this and that. It'll be one of those sales. So you're not running around trying to buy off a lot or something like that, where there's a lot of competition. So this is what I'd like to say between now and say, August, let's say, and those aren't firm dates at all. Kenny, so just make sure everybody around you knows you're looking for a certain car, and just let your net fly, and I'm sure something will come back in. So yes, you're going to be successful with that car. I'm sure of it. But it'll come in a kind of a sideways way. It's not going to be a traditional way. So keep your eyes peeled for that and manifest it quickly, because you, sir, can manifest anything. And if you're not focused on a certain thing to manifest, then you manifest a whole bunch of nothing. Because, the good part is that you can manifest. The bad part is that you can manifest. So you got to be clear and expect the best, because the best is coming to you. Absolutely. So any of the next, Karina, it's nice to see you. Can I please receive help guidance on learning to distinguish my psychic messages from my imagination? Yes, I'll tell you exactly how it works. A message from your intuition comes into your mind as a full, complete concept. Now, the trick is because we need, as psychics, as counselors, as advisors, as friends, communicators, we need our imagination to be able to, we need our imaginations to describe things, to have metaphors and things like that, and also to build our picture in our mind and all that stuff. But as far as when you're doing readings, you will have a tone. This is going to be the 6th dimension again, but also you have the ability. You can go into the 8th dimension as well, which is epiphany. The eighth dimension is epiphany. So you can have that, and it's a complete sentence. It's a complete paragraph. It's a complete concept. Now, if you ever listen to, okay, thank you. So I just got a message here that I'd like you to go online and go to YouTube and type in NDEs, near-death experiences. Your spirit guides would like you to just listen to some stories. You just pick 1 or 9 or 10 or binge watch. Right now I'm watching one that's called The Other Side, and they're kind of short. And I really like them, and they're direct. So that's where you want to go to study the messages from there. And that will open up the room of those complete sentences, those complete thoughts. And that's your intuition. So you're very talented. So don't give up. on this, Corinne? Thank you so much for that question. You're very, very good at what you do. Very good. And having such a great time. Anybody read Prince Harry's book? Oh my gosh. I think if I was reading about the royal family, I couldn't match that book. I mean, it's so incredible. And you know what? I got to tell you, I tip my happy hat to anybody who stands in the middle of the road like he does, Prince Harry. Like him or not, the message or not, anybody who stands in the middle of the road and declares themselves to be this or that, I really admire. Because that takes a bravery. So anytime that next question comes in, as long as it's not the royal family, even though I revisited it, it's on my mind, right? It's just wonderful. I've got my parrot here next to me. I'm surprised she hasn't added her own things. Sometimes when I'm working on the hotlines and I'm on speakerphone and someone's having a crisis, my parrot will start laughing. And it's like joy guides come in and tickle her or something right at the right moment. Because then I say, oh, I'm so sorry. This is a private conversation. I do have a parrot, and she decided to laugh. And so that breaks the steam. That's the way life works. That's the way guides work. It's like that person's in stress, in distress, knowing their guides know that if kept at the same level, they're not going to find relief from their pain. So that's how they communicate. Guides will give animals, my parrot, or intuitives, impulses to do and say certain things. And that's how you read those impulses. So when my parrot laughs at a sad story, it actually works out quite well. So, it's so fun here on my psychic connection, and I'm very excited. This is my first solo trip. But right after my show is Cassidy, the card slinger. And I met she was the first one I met in this group, and she's so very good. There's a light that comes out from her. It's just wonderful. And so I hope you stay tuned for that. And that's right after this show, which is going to be in a few minutes. I'm going to sign off in a few minutes. And then on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we've got Journey and Friends coming in. And that's always a lot of fun. Monday is Journey Ryan Live, and that's 10 p.m. Eastern. So Journey does astrology, and I was friends with an astrologer, and I was helping her with her website, and I was looking for phrases or something fun to say on her website, something cute, and someone famous, it might have even been Warren Buffett, I'm not sure, but he said, millionaires seek the counsel of psychics. Billionaires seek the counsel of astrologers. So tune in for all the astrology. You can get because you can just listen and see what the planets are about. Even if you don't understand it, it's like somehow it makes sense. And then you say, oh, that's why I'm feeling this way. Oh, that's the reason, and that's another thing. Just have a good reason for why things are happening. Then you can understand it, and everything seems to go a lot easier. So please, just a specific question anytime. We've got Katie. Hi, Louisa. Oh, you're so sweet. She called me lovely, sweetheart. I would love to know, when will I hear about my daughter's paperwork and get a decision on it? Thank you. And she gave me her birth date. Thank you so much, darling. One moment. Now, another thing, could I ask for your daughter's birthday, please? Or maybe that's it. You've got everything in order. I think that's your birthday. Yeah. So you're ready to go for sure. So I do believe things are going to be, things are going to move nicely for your daughter, the paperwork for your daughter. And the reason why is because the reason I say this is because I'm working off your numbers, and it tells me your attentiveness and your participation in the process. And the way your numbers are, and I'm assuming the process for this paperwork happened in 2022. So that tells me that you had an instinct on how to help, basically what to put down, what to not put down, things like that. And so when to carry it through. I'm going to go through the cards now to see. And I work in 1 month increments. I don't work daily and hourly and all that stuff. That's obsessive. So it's 1 month increment. And the very first card out is the High Priest. It is a major card. It indicates to me that you're going to hear something, either the next step or the completion of it. You're going to hear something in the next 30 days. So it does look successful. You've got a good year coming up for you, sweetie. You've got a good year. So just say yes to new things. And if something's just 50-50, like I'm going to my a routine thing, right? Going to something routine. If it's just 50-50, don't do it. Do something else, something brand new. And order food that isn't quite your style once in a while. You're going to love this year. You're going to love this year. But as far as the paperwork goes, yes, my dear, you are going to be just fine. There we are. Thank you for that question. So when you're talking about someone else, if you could add that other person's birth date, then I can see because I see how you helped your daughter, your advice or your physical help. I don't know. But if I have her birth date, it's like I can see, is she sabotaging? Does she want this to happen? Is she doing something that's going to, help it or hurt it? That kind of stuff. So it's amazing what you can do with the numbers. I can tell you so much. In fact, I was studying, when I look at news, and if someone's in the news, I'll go ahead and do their numbers and see if they're doing something weird. I want to see what that number looks like. And there was a show on, and someone was talking about finances. And it says, what financial strategy would you follow? It was some show on money. And he said, I would follow Warren Buffett and George Santos, Soros, I think is the name. I'm getting the two mixed up. Anyway, the older gentleman, they're really successful, Warren Buffett, right? And I thought, I wonder what their birthdays are. So I do the math, and they're both a 6 personal year, or not a personal year, a 6 life path. So that is the epitome, the archetype of the 6 is all this order, divine order, and steadfastness. They are able to have delayed gratification. They sit on an investment and let it percolate, let it go up and down, and they don't panic. And but orderly. Oh my God! I think Warren Buffett has the same secretary for like decades, getting the same cup of coffee, knowing the same people. And so that's a little something about a 6 life path. They're very fascinating, very orderly, and know their stuff. You can get rich for sure. You don't have to be an 8 life path to be rich in this world. A lot of you can manifest it quite easily. And anytime that another, the last question is coming in right now. Showtime's. Oh, here we are, Rena. Oh, good. Can you ask if my daughter? Oh, no, I can't do that. I'm so sorry. I don't do coin tosses. But this, she asked if her daughter is going to have a boy or a girl. And you know what? That doesn't work for me. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you, Anne. I've got Anne doing we were born in the same year. No, your partner was. Will I ever? She's asking, will I ever get married after 27 years, or will it be someone else? So your partner of 27 years is how I'm reading it. Now, I know you want to get married, so I'm not going to do your numbers. I'm going to do your partner's numbers and find out, get to the bottom of that. So, and if I'm misunderstanding this question, please just write back in. 19. Flight risk. So, but it can be controlled. So one of the things that your partner does is he can't find his freedom, independence, sovereignty in a commitment. And so that's why things will go along just fine. And everybody's like really in love and you're having a great weekend. And then you don't hear from him, or he's not, it's like he checks out it's almost like pushing you away, see if you come back. So that is your partner's situation. He doesn't know that he does that. So if you tell him that you noticed that would be great. Now I'm going to do your numbers to see, because you would like to be a wife. And there is, I'm happy about that, because you know what, there is magic in that moment and the institution. You are a master number 22. You go online and you look up what does a master number 22 mean in numerology and learn about your beautiful self. So one of the things you do is that you think big, and when your partner isn't attentive, what you do is you move into the community minded, and you get to busy work on everything else, and you get into your own mind. So because he is hard to approach, and he is, as far as getting married this year, this is the year to try it. Yeah. Last year was the year for you to let go of what doesn't work. So we'll go to your wedding. We'll all come to your wedding. Okay. That would be great. All right. Cassidy is next. Don't hang up. I have sure enjoyed this evening. And thanks for everyone being so kind and sending me nice messages, and everyone in the back room doing such wonderful things. Now, remember, you can queue up your questions beforehand. You can just go in and once that opens up, just go ahead and queue up your questions and try to be as concise as you can. Tonight was great. I understood everything pretty quickly. Appreciated that. But we've got a whole week coming up of really awesome people. Again, Tuesday, we've got Destiny K, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm reading the schedule here. And then Journey Ryan live again on Wednesday. Now next Wednesday, it's packed. Squirrel at midnight. Journey is at 10 p.m. Eastern, so you can't miss that. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. And remember, we're here for you anytime you need us. Thank you so much. God bless you.